Today I wanted to talk a little bit about pre-sprouting ranunculus. So this isn't necessary if you want to grow ranunculus. You don't have to pre-sprout them. I like to just because I save corms every year, and if I dig them up, I just want to know that they're going to produce a plant. So before you plant ranunculus, regardless if you want to pre-sprout them or not, you need to soak them for several hours. I would say at least 3 hours, and they'll plump right up. And after that, they can either go in a tray with soil or they can go straight out to their permanent home into the soil. You plant them out 2 to 3 inches deep. 3 is the deepest you want to go. If you plant them too deep, they won't actually bloom. So right around 2 inches deep is great. But if you want to put them in a tray and pre-sprout them to see if they're alive, I just set them in there and I sprinkle soil on top of them. I did this probably 3 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, and now I'm starting to see some life. So I'll just show you what it looks like. This one is more than ready to go outside, right? Like, I can see healthy roots. I can see some green already too. This is going to produce a plant and it's ready to rock. You don't want to leave them in a tray much longer than this. They'll get root bound. They can wrap their roots around each other. The plants, if they keep growing, the green will get like leaning over, looking for sunlight. This is the perfect time to plant them out. So again, you only want them like a couple inches deep, and they can withstand cold temps. So it's been 25 degrees or so Fahrenheit at night. They're going to be just fine. I like to plant them out and then put a layer of leaves over the top, and those leaves protect them from a really deep frost, but they also protect the soil from erosion, whether it's like harsh sunlight or harsh like heavy rains or heavy snow. It's just a little layer of protection for them. Right now it's February. But you can plant them out here in the Northwest anyway. I live in Olympia, Washington. You can plant them out all through the winter. You don't want to wait too long. In fact, February is about as late as I would tell anybody to wait for their ranunculus. You need to get them outside by February. March is pushing it because they want to bloom when it's still relatively cool. They bloom here in Olympia right around Mother's Day. So that first or second week in May through the first or second week in June, but by the middle or end of June, when it reaches 80 degrees regularly, they actually go dormant. So do not plant ranunculus expecting them to be happy and blooming in the summertime. They won't. 80 degrees is when they decide to go to sleep. They sleep all summer long, and then in the fall, you can start planting them again, or you might see them popping up again. So I've had some people reach out and say, my ranunculus are already popping up in the garden and it's January or it's February. They know what they're doing. They even, sometimes they'll pop up in like October, November, go all winter long by not doing much, but just being green. And then when it's time to rock and roll, they are ready. Like March and April, they just start growing like crazy. And then May, you get the blooms. So again, you don't have to pre-sprout these ranunculus. I like to, but right now, when you start seeing that the green or any sort of roots, that means that corm is viable and you need to get it in the ground right now. So I'm gonna go plant these right now. If you have any questions about ranunculus, leave me a comment and I'll get back to you as soon as possible.